I'm Vanessa Morest. I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost of SUNY Westchester Community College. It's my pleasure to welcome you to SUNY Westchester Community College for what is truly a meaningful and forward-looking moment for our students and for the SUNY system. We are honored to be joined here today by the SUNY Chancellor, Chancellor Dr. John B. King Jr., and members of his team from Albany, whose leadership continues to expand opportunity and strengthen pathways to student success across our campuses. We are also delighted to welcome our colleagues from Purchase College, including President Dr. Michael Steiper, Dr. Ernest Lamb, the Provost, and your dedicated faculty and staff partners. Today's signing represents more than an agreement between two institutions. It reflects a shared commitment to students and to the belief that talent is everywhere, and opportunity should be as well. At Westchester Community College, we are deeply focused on helping students not only begin their academic journeys, but see clearly where those journeys can lead. Strong, intentional transfer partnerships are essential to that vision. Purchase College has been long one of the leading destinations of our graduates as they continue on to earn their bachelor's degrees. And we are proud of the success of our students, the success our students have achieved over there. Today builds on that foundation, strengthening alignment between our institutions and making the path forward even more accessible and seamless for future students. You'll hear shortly from President Miles about how this agreement expands opportunities in powerful ways, and from students whose experiences bring this work to life. Their stories are a reminder of why we're here today. As I mentioned, we're excited to welcome Chancellor John B. King Jr. today. Dr. John B. King Jr. is the 15th Chancellor of the State University of New York, the largest comprehensive system of public higher education in the nation. Prior to his appointment as Chancellor, Dr. King served as the 10th United States Secretary of Education under President Barack Obama, as well as President and CEO of the National Civil Rights Organization, the Education Trust, and as New York's first Black and first Hispanic State Education Commissioner. Through Chancellor King's leadership, SUNY has worked to expand seamless transfer for students moving from community colleges to one of SUNY's four-year institutions. This new agreement between WCC and SUNY Purchase is another step in ensuring students can continue their education without interruption. It is my pleasure now to introduce Chancellor of the State University of New York, Dr. John B. King Jr.
Thanks so much for the warm welcome. It's wonderful to be here. I want to thank President Miles and President Steiper for this event. Certainly thank President Miles for hosting us and our Faculty Council of Community Colleges, who are also here with us downstairs. And I want to thank them both for their collaboration. I also want to appreciate Assemblymember Shimsky, who is here with us. If we can have a round of applause for her. I also want to shout out former trustee, former president of the University Faculty Senate, Keith Landa. We've got a bunch of folks from our Albany team here, our Vice Chancellor for Community Colleges, Valerie Dent, folks on our Student Success team, Lisa Castillo-Richmond, Casey O'Brien, Tom Hamford, and Ronald Wilson on our Community Colleges team. So I appreciate their being here. And part of why they are here is because we are so committed at SUNY System to trying to make transfer work for our students. And so we are working across the system to strengthen relationships, and this is a perfect example of what we are hoping to achieve. You know, the context here is that nationally, 80% of the students who start community college say that their goal is a bachelor's degree. But only about a third of those students end up enrolling in a bachelor's degree institution after community college, and just 16% actually earn that bachelor's degree. And so there's a breakdown in our systems all across the country, and we want SUNY to be the first system to solve this dilemma. And that is the kind of work that's represented here in this partnership between Westchester Community College and Purchase. And part of what's going to happen through this partnership is that students will just have clarity. They will know if you get that 2.0 GPA, you will be able to automatically gain admission to Purchase. You will keep your credits and start as a junior. And this has been a dilemma for the country. There are many students, community college students, who transfer. They don't get all of their credits. They end up taking longer to get a degree. They end up paying for many more credits than they should, and they are saddled then with debt from those additional credits. So we are trying to solve that. I'm very excited about what this partnership will mean for our students. There's also another important element of the partnership that I want to highlight. We have the ASAP program, a evidence-based program to support community college completion. It has been shown in randomized controlled trials to as much as double community college completion. Westchester Community College is the OG of ASAP at SUNY. Westchester Community College launched their Viking Roads program, the first SUNY replication of ASAP. That program has been tremendously successful. Over the last 3 years, we've been able to scale up ASAP and the 4-year version, ACE, across now 34 SUNY campuses, serving over 7,000 students. Governor Hochul is committed in her executive budget to expansion of that program to serve 10,000 students come next fall. And part of this partnership being announced today will ensure that there are targeted slots in the Purchase ACE program for the students who complete the Viking Roads program at Westchester Community College. So those wraparound supports that are helping, particularly low-income students, make it not just to college but through college will be there for them at both Westchester and Purchase. That is a beautiful thing. So I want to thank both campus teams for all the work that it took to get us to this moment. And with that, I want to turn it over to President Miles.
Thank you, Chancellor King. So glad to have you back on campus, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to, brush my shoulders a little bit. I like doing that. Welcome everyone. At SUNY Westchester Community College, our focus on student success is evidenced in part by the increase in our graduation rate of 10 percentage points over the past 10 years. An important aspect of this success is showing students their potential pathways, just making them clear. And you'll remember the guided pathways work that many of us engaged in, but it includes pursuing a bachelor's degree in their chosen field, and we really do need to take the time to make that clear for students. SUNY WCC is excited to expand our relationship with our neighbor, SUNY Purchase, welcoming Dr. Steiper to the community, and so to include multiple transfer pathways for students to achieve a bachelor's degree. And doing that through a number of different degree programs is important to help match the intentions of our students. Our two institutions share similar missions of empowering future generations to engage in and make their own meaningful contributions to society. We do so by offering high-quality education at affordable tuition rates, and that's really a big part of access, the affordability, which is one of the major pillars of the SUNY endeavor and experience. SUNY Purchase has welcomed students from Westchester Community College for some time, and many of our graduates have enjoyed the benefits of a transfer agreement that was already in place. This new agreement greatly expands the number of future prospective students who will be able to take advantage of more streamlined process for admissions, transfer, and in some cases, scholarship opportunities, because we know that access and affordability is really about being able to avoid debt and have a smoother process. In addition to these added program pathways, this agreement enhances the value of our Viking Roads program, which the Chancellor just referenced. That's our replication of the ASAP model. And this program has served as the model for the recently rolled out SUNY Purchase, recently rolled out agreement that we have with SUNY Purchase, and we And we've been the progenitor for the SUNY ASAP program. I have to remember OG is easier than saying the progenitor, right? Okay, I kind of like that. It's okay. And so here we are. And so with this agreement, each year, SUNY Purchase will admit up to 25 of our Viking Roads graduates into its Advancing Completion Through Engagement, or ACE program, a powerful program that similarly helps students gain and maintain academic momentum so they can graduate on time. It is our hope, actually, let me change that, because I always say that hope is not a strategy. It's a good thing to have, but it's our intention that with the implementation of this articulation agreement, we will not only see an increase in the number of transfer students to your institution, but we will also see a greater number of students that have fulfilled their associate degree requirements during their first phase of their higher education experience. It has been a pleasure to support the work of our respective teams and to join SUNY Purchase College President Dr. Michael Steiper. And you're in which second month, third month? Seventh. Okay, he's an OG too. Okay, OG in training. Okay, and so it's my honor to partner with him and his team, helping set a course for the entire SUNY system to provide our students with the holistic supports they need to achieve success and leave our higher education system ready for their next commitment to serve our state and our communities. Dr. Steiper.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miles. And it's really my pleasure to be here alongside my colleagues from WCC, from the system, from SUNY system, and also my colleagues from Purchase. Thanks for coming. We are deeply grateful to Chancellor King and the board for their leadership and support of our two institutions. And thank you, Chancellor, for joining us today to celebrate this enhanced partnership between Purchase and WCC. Purchase and WCC, we share a common mission. We are the public education institutions of Westchester. And it's our responsibility to provide a high-quality, affordable education to all the students of Westchester, a diverse, vibrant county with close to 1 million people across its cities, towns, and villages. And at SUNY Purchase, the only four-year public institution in Westchester, this is at the heart of what we do. And while most of our students, their journey at Purchase starts at Purchase, there are many students where their journey is starting here at WCC. And our faculty and staff tell me that these students arrive at Purchase focused, prepared, and ready to fully engage with everything we have to offer. So it's just so important for us to bring more WCC students to Purchase on so many new, in so many new ways. And that's why this new Guaranteed Pathways Agreement is so important. It will help secure and support students along the pathway and allow more of them to succeed at Purchase in more of our programs. And I am glad to report that this agreement, which we're about to sign, will be more than just pieces of paper. It's going to represent a deep commitment from SUNY that the Chancellor just mentioned, this partnership between Viking Roads, ASAP, and ACE at Purchase. It's going to be a commitment between presidents, between provost, and between faculty and staff. This is going to expand the ability for the WCC students to transfer more credits to more programs, and it's going to provide greater support, as mentioned, financial and academic, to ensure that every WCC transfer student has the resources they need to succeed at Purchase. And I'm very grateful to SUNY for assisting us with this, particularly ensuring the support of students that will be transferring from ASAP Viking Roads to ACE. And whether these students go on into the workforce or they continue their graduate studies at Purchase or another SUNY institution, this agreement will strengthen our students' families, our communities, and it will fuel the economic vitality of Westchester County. So I just, again, want to thank President Miles and Provost Marest for your partnership, thank Provost Lamb and Vice President Bice on the Purchase team for your vital work on this. Thank you, Chancellor King and the board for your vision. And I also want to recognize the admissions staff and counselors at both institutions, the frontline people, including on the Purchase side, Beatrice Martin Ruiz, who just last week hosted the WCC counselors to Purchase for a wonderful visit. And I said, we're really excited about the future of this partnership. This is what I was talking about. So here we are on this day, and I'm so excited. So thanks so much to those teams. And because of those teams, we've already had such fantastic students that I mentioned before, and we have two of them here today. Would you like to hear from two of them? I would. So first, I would like to introduce Nick Russo to speak about his experiences transferring from WCC to Purchase. Nick studies political science and law and justice and has a minor in history. Welcome, Nick.
Okay, guys, I did not prepare a speech for this, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. So again, my name is Nick Russo. I was a major in cybersecurity at WCC. I was doing a program called P-Tech through Yonkers Public Schools, and I transferred here, I was taking college classes during high school, and I thought it was really valuable, and so I decided to stay with the P-Tech program and do classes here. And so I was working in the cybersecurity department. I was a tutor. I was involved with the summer programs with high school students, which is a really valuable experience. I learned a lot through WCC. I was a club officer. I was a senator here. What I really valued about WCC was the involvement opportunities for students on campus, because it is a commuter school. So it's a lot more difficult if you're coming out of COVID and you don't have any friends and you want to make friends here. You want to make connections. And so when I decided to transfer, I really thought about what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, because I love cybersecurity, but I wasn't as passionate about it, and I saw Purchase College, and I saw the STUD, which is the student center. It's run completely by students on campus, and I decided to transfer there because I wanted to go into student involvement. I want to further my involvement opportunities, and Purchase was the one place where I thought I could do that the best. And when I transferred in, luckily, all my credits transferred from WCC to Purchase. So I wasn't in the same program. I was now a political science major, but luckily, when I transferred in, I was classified as a junior, so I could take those political science classes that I had been missing. And I know for other students at SUNY Purchase, they've struggled in the past to get their transfer credits from other colleges. So having this transfer agreement with WCC is going to be really valuable for the students here that want to transfer. And I think also for students that are lower income or they're struggling to kind of decide what they want to do with the rest of their life, I think WCC is and this agreement between us is going to be really great for them to further their education goals.
Excellent. Thank you, Nick. I'd now like to welcome Cynthia Varghese to speak about her experiences as an ACE student and a transfer student from WCC. And Cynthia studies communication and minors in law and justice, one of our growing programs. Welcome, Cynthia.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Varghese. In WCC, I was a liberal arts social science, and as he said, I am majoring in communications and law and justice minoring. And in WCC, the reason I came to WCC was obviously because of financial purposes and because it was super close to home, so I was able to commute. And coming to WCC, I was able to join Honors College, and in my second year, I was able to join the Global Davis Scholarship, both of which allowed me to go through my 2 years in WCC without paying a penny, and I was super grateful for that. And going to Purchase, which is another reason why I chose Purchase, was because of the closeness to my home and financial reasons again. And Purchase College gave me opportunity to also be part of a program called ACE, which I did not know until my first week of joining Purchase. And then when I saw an email about it, I was like, why not? Because I was part of so many programs here in WCC, and I decided to take a look into it. It was super easy to become a part of it. I went to the office of Tina's office and just signed an agreement, and I became a part of the program. And it definitely helped me a lot with advising. Now I'm pretty professional and going around my schedule and all that stuff, but before I was not super well understood about those things. But she helped me with my scheduling changes, with my credits. I had a teeny bit difficulty having some of my credits transferring, but I was able to solve that with the help of Tina and other advisors, and I was able to completely get my financial all settled down with a bit of help from ACE, with a bit of help from my parents and everything. And so definitely Purchase was like a great opportunity for me. But after being part of WCC, I was part of the Senate here, the student government here. I was a vice president in the year 2023-2024. And being part of the student government here in WCC definitely helped me like understand the importance of being involved in extracurricular activities. And I decided I want to be part of the student government Purchase as well, which is why I'm a senator and a chair of the diversity committee in the Purchase student government over there. And yeah, I'm really grateful for both the colleges for like allowing me to have my education not too much cost, but also being able to like stay at home with my parents and completing my education over there. And yeah, and I would be really like, I've known a lot of people who had difficulty like transferring some of their credits. And thankfully, I can say that I've had enough help from people like Tina from the ACE program to help me transfer my credits, to help me understand what to take classes so I can graduate in 4 years. But that's not the case with everybody, obviously. So I know that this would be a really good help for those people who don't know where to go after WCC. And if a Purchase is such a close and a great opportunity for them, then it would be great because they don't know really, like a lot of people like me will have a lot of help. And yeah, I think that's, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, wow. So this is why we're doing this, for these incredible students. So can I again ask us to just celebrate these two students? Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Nick. I'd like to welcome Purchase Provost Ernest Lamb, Dr. Ernest Lamb, for some final remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, it's not very often I get a chance to have the final word. But I would like to thank all of you for joining us today to celebrate what makes SUNY such a powerful system. This agreement between WCC and Purchase is a testament to that strength. Our shared commitment to meeting students where they are and providing them with an education that is the right fit at every stage of their journey. We look forward to welcoming more WCC students to Purchase and to continuing our work together in service of the students and communities of Westchester County. Thank you.
Before we do the signatures, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize Senator Mayer, who just joined us. Can we have a round of applause for the senator? We are very lucky to have in Assemblywoman Shimsky and Senator Mayer, two great champions for SUNY, and we are very, very appreciative. And I know that the budget is being worked on as we speak, and I know you're reminding your colleagues all the time about the importance of investment in SUNY, so we are very grateful. Thank you.